Hello everyone and welcome to Blank First Page. My name is Lucas. This video is a bit of a treat for me because I have an unboxing slash unpackaging of a stationery order that I just received. Special thanks to my dog Rupert, who helped me transport this package up the stairs into my study and who will probably make an appearance later on because he cannot resist crinkling packaging. It is his favorite thing to shred. So I know what is in here, but we will reveal it all together. I will have you know that for your viewing pleasure, I have exercised a tremendous amount of self-control today because this package has sat on my desk for the last 6 hours while I worked, and I did not open it until I had time to record this video so we could enjoy it together. So here we go. It is from a stationer called Escribo. They are based in Poland. I love that they put a bit of extra effort into the packaging. This is exactly how it arrived, and it's very different to the normal kind of Amazon plain package with a bunch of barcodes slapped on the outside of it. Putting a bit of effort into the packaging when you are an online retailer, especially for stationery, helps prolong the enjoyment of unwrapping the box. So when you go to buy, even if it's just a single item you're going to go buy from a stationery store, you get the experience of the stationery store. You go in, you fiddle with some of the notebooks, you test a few things, you just stay for a while and enjoy all the stationery around you, even if it is just the one item you've gone in for. You don't obviously get that in the same way when you're ordering online, so I love that they put a bit more effort into the packaging to give you that more tactile experience when you're unwrapping and getting to your items that you've ordered. They've got this pretend stamp here, you know, Escribo, first class stationery. They've put a few stamps from Travelers Company. It's a nice brown craft paper, which I love. It's kind of a bit similar to the flower bag paper from my previous video. And obviously it's got this nice twine. In fact, I'm quite amazed that it arrived as it did, because it is still intact and still quite nice, having gone through a few countries' different postal systems. Always great to have twine on hand. It's also a very neatly packaged package. I have to say, I am impressed. Also because I'm a terrible package wrapper myself, so this is an impressive job, in my opinion. I love these boxes. It always feels like you're opening up like a treasure chest or something. Nice little postcard. And the big reveal, field notes, surprise, surprise. The main event are these 3 field notes packs. At the time I'm recording this, they are the latest limited quarterly edition, and they are the Craft Plus. When I got the email from Field Notes that this was released, I knew I had to have them because they are exactly the specification of my favorite field notes. In my mind, the best field notes at its core is the standard craft paper, brown paper cover field notes. The reason I like it is because it is almost the lowest spec. The cover is just the craft paper, the innards are standard paper, not too thick, and that means they wear in quite nicely. And something I talk a lot about and something I enjoy the most about field notes is when they are worn in, they've like crunched and you've put them in and out of pockets enough that they get a lot of character to them. Sometimes with some of the editions that they release, you don't get that because the covers are too thick, but with the original craft edition, that works really well. Surprisingly, I don't have many of that craft edition. I'd buy more, but my sort of fear is that I'd get bored because it's always the same thing. That's why I love the limited editions, because every time it's still the same notebook, it's still a field notes, but you get a bit of an interest from a different cover, different innards, and so on. This Craft Plus edition is perfect if you like that original field notes, but you want something a bit different. And so I had to get one of each. Unfortunately, there is another color that is only available with the subscription, which I do not currently have. It is a red color and it does look really nice, but I'll have to make do with these. So I also bought another pack of the Signs of Spring limited edition, which is a previous quarterly edition, even though I already have one. When I started buying field notes, I would only buy one set of the limited edition, and then I'd figure out that I really liked it, so I would go to try and buy another set, but because they're limited editions, they wouldn't be available anymore. So later on, I started buying 2 of each set, but then the opposite happened. As I started getting a lot of inventory of my field notes, as you can see behind me, I have probably 2 years worth of unused field notes to get through. I'd have too many of the same thing. I'd want to use different ones, but I would sort of have to get through and churn through the duplicates that I had. I went back to only buying single packs because I know that I have a lot of notebooks to get through, and there are enough that I like that I'm not going to be that upset because I don't have a second set of them. And the only times I will buy a second pack, if I can, if they're still available, is according to this one rule I made for myself. So when I'm doing my monthly field note changeover, if I'm constantly going through, pick it out, thinking, yes, this time I'll use it, but then I put it back because I don't want to use it just yet, because I want to save it, then I know I really want to use that one, so then I'm okay with buying a second pack because I know I'll get the enjoyment out of it. And this is one of the ones, for the last 2 months, I've always taken it out thinking I'm going to use it, but then I put it to the side and I think I'm choosing another one because I prefer that one for now. But really, when I think about it, I do put this yellow one back because I don't want to use it just yet because I only have a limited amount. So I actually bought a second set to kind of allow myself to use it the next time. So I'm not always saving it for later. So there's the field notes neuroticism part of the video for you. Now, I've seen some Instagram accounts or YouTube reviews where the buyer of the field notes leaves them pristinely packaged in their packaging until it comes time to use them, or like for resale or collectible value. That really gets to me because to me, field notes are there to be used. You buy them, take them out so that you can then use them. By the way, these make great bookmarks. Bookmarks are one of those things that you always somehow lose, even though they live in your books. But if you take one of these and you just flatten it out, makes a nice, colorful, cool looking bookmark. So now what do I have with this particular edition? They call these colors interesting things. So we've got the amber, which is the orange, moss green, and aqua blue. The cover underneath is the craft paper like this from the standard field notes, and then it's got these colors block printed on top. So if I take one of them, take this blue, it's actually got the start date and location / subject / title box on the outside. Usually that sits on the inside, which it still kind of does in here. It's a nice little addition, and it kind of draws your eyes to that part, so you're kind of looking across the whole length of the notebook. Basic stapling. The innards are dot, which is in my mind the ultimate note-taker paper layout. It has the best of lined, graphed, and blank, all in one. You have the freedom of a blank. You've got the regularity and spacing of lines if you use that to make your handwriting better. And you've also got the helpfulness of a grid for making lists or sketches or more technical drawings. I just love that they seem to have, for the most part, standardized on the dot grid. The paper is a creamier color than just the whiter version on the standard field notes. And on the inside, all the details are printed in the same color as is on the cover. For the Signs of Spring, it's a very different specification. This has more of a kind of a luxurious feel. It feels closer to some of those linen papers. The surface is embossed. It pops a lot more as a color than the other ones. So it's a different feel, but I have this strong feeling that these will be wonderful to write on and that they will wear in really, really well. So that is the reason I got a second set. And also they have actually, now that I'm realizing, a similar pattern emerges. There's a basic color of the white, and then the titles are written in green, blue, and in this case more of a pink than an orange, but to my untrained color and hue eye, they're in the same family of colors, I would say. I mean, there isn't a whole lot more to say about field notes, and that is the beauty of them. Their functionality, their practicality, their simplicity is really what it's all about for me. And of course, the different editions just add the intrigue and the excitement. Every time you're using a different one, or every time you pull it out of your pocket, you kind of notice a different detail. Both these editions feel great texturally. The Signs of Spring one in particular, because the entire cover is embossed with the flower patterns. Once I start using these, I will just sit and turn them around and just play with them for the pure feeling that they give. So it was not only a notebook, it is also a fidget toy. And the general feeling of craft paper I love. It's a very earthy feeling in a way. That's kind of the word that comes to mind. I don't know if that makes sense. It's another dimension every time you're using a field notes. When you pull it out of your pocket, that feeling between your fingers as you open it up, as you flick through the pages, that is as much of an enjoyable experience as is writing in them. So I'm very pleased with the delivery of this order, of these 9 field notes notebooks. This adds another probably roughly 9 months onto my inventory. So I either need to drastically increase my rate of filling them in, or I'm just going to have a lot of stock. Both of those things I am completely fine with. As a last part of the process for what I do when I get new field notes, I will shuffle them into my existing inventory of blank field notes so that next time I pull them all out to select my next one, I'm not biased by seeing a few of them together. They're just all in a random assortment, and I get more excitement just picking through them to pick my next field notes. All right, so with that shuffling of the notebooks done, I will say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and I will see you in the next one.